The Freeway Phantom, also known as the Phantom Killer or the Washington, D.C. serial killer, was a notorious unsolved murder case that terrorized the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area between 1971 and 1972. The case remains one of the most perplexing and haunting mysteries in the history of American crime. The reign of the Freeway Phantom began on April 25, 1971, with the abduction and subsequent murder of 13-year-old Carol Denise Spinks. She was last seen alive on Benning Road, and her body was found 6 days later in a wooded area near the Suitland Parkway. Just 3 months later, on July 8, 1971, the Phantom struck again, this time targeting 16-year-old Darlenia Denise Johnson. Her body was discovered on the shoulder of the Suitland Parkway, near the intersection of Good Hope Road Southeast. The following year, on September 5, 1972, the Phantom kidnapped 10-year-old Brenda Faye Crockett. Her body was found on September 12, 1972, in a wooded area near Oxen Run Park. Exactly 1 month later, on October 1, 1972, the Phantom claimed his fourth and final victim, 18-year-old Nenemoshia Yates. Her remains were discovered near Route 4 in Prince George's County, Maryland. What makes the Freeway Phantom case particularly chilling is the killer's modus operandi. Each victim was abducted from the street, sexually assaulted, and then strangled to death. The bodies were subsequently dumped in secluded areas, often near highways or parkways. The fact that the perpetrator was able to strike repeatedly without being caught adds an unnerving layer of mystery to the already grim nature of the crimes. Law enforcement agencies worked tirelessly to try and apprehend the Freeway Phantom. The Joint Task Force dedicated to the case was composed of detectives from the Washington Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, and the Prince George's County Police Department, PGPD. However, despite their best efforts, the case quickly grew cold. The lack of evidence, witness accounts, or any apparent pattern to the killer's selection of victims made it incredibly difficult to track down the Phantom. Over the years, several suspects emerged in connection to the Freeway Phantom case. However, none of these individuals was ever conclusively linked to the crimes. One potential suspect, Robert Askins, was a convicted rapist and murderer who lived near the locations of the abductions. Despite the similarities between Askins' crimes and those of the Freeway Phantom, no concrete evidence was found to definitively connect him. The Freeway Phantom case continues to captivate the public's imagination, even decades after the crimes were committed. Like other unsolved murder cases, such as the Zodiac Killer or Jack the Ripper, the Freeway Phantom represents the embodiment of evil slipping through the cracks of justice. The fact that the killer was able to act with impunity, undetected and undiscovered, has left a lasting impact on the community and has fueled countless discussions and theories surrounding the case. In conclusion, the Freeway Phantom remains a haunting and unsolved mystery that has gripped the Washington, D.C. area for over 50 years. The series of abductions and murders that took place between 1971 and 1972 have left a lasting scar on the community. Despite numerous investigative efforts, the identity of the Freeway Phantom remains unknown, leaving the case as an eerie reminder of the potential for evil to lurk in the shadows, waiting to strike.